Hello, once again it's Fred and Sheila McCoy. We're at the Hatfield McCoy Museum in Liberty, Kentucky. And we've got another board, another topic we want to discuss today. This is only going to be a couple minute video. Sheila's going to post this board at the back of the video where you can freeze frame it and read it for yourself. When I was in the 4th, 5th grade at Blackberry Grade School growing up, we had to do a book report, and my book report was on the Hatfield and McCoy feud. During those years, a lot of people didn't talk about the Hatfield-McCoy feud a lot. The kids didn't, they didn't. We'd act like on recess that the Hatfields was chasing the McCoys and the McCoys were chasing. Each one of us would have a gang of boys, and we couldn't wait to get out at recess to chase the other ones down. To us, it was a game. We was just playing. But the teachers, once they heard what we were doing, that we'd called it Hatfields and McCoys, they stopped it right then. There was you couldn't do that. So anyway, I done a report on the Hatfields and McCoys, and one of the things that I found out, is I'd read some articles where they said Randall McCoy his cabin was on fire, and Randall McCoy had escaped. He had run to the corn crib or so forth, or run out in the woods. And I was only, I don't know how old I was, 10, 12 years old, whatever it was, you're in the 5th grade. But, I'm probably younger than that. But I couldn't understand Randall McCoy, a man that had been in the Civil War, had joined the Civil War, had fought in the Civil War. His people that was fighting with him, which was the Devil Anse Hatfield and some of his family from West Virginia, had deserted in the heat of battle, and Randall McCoy was taken prisoner of war along with my great-great-grandfather. But Randall McCoy was taken prisoner of war, and they were sent to Ohio, and then they were sent to Camp Douglas, Illinois. And what's it called? 88 acres of hell.
Yeah.
And most people that went there didn't come back. He spent 2 years there. They were there until the Civil War ended in 1865, and they were free. All through the years, that used to get me because they would say Randall McCoy ran, Randall McCoy hid, Randall McCoy escaped. Found a newspaper article years ago. Sheila and I did. We've been married 38 years now, and when Sheila got into the family, she also got into the Hatfields and McCoys from collecting with Mother.
It's very interesting.
Her mother, she became as big a collector as Mother is or was. But here's a newspaper article. According to the Wheeling Daily Intelligencer newspaper, dated January the 9th, 1888, entitled, "A Terrible Story of a Family Feud and Murder." Now, I'm not going to read the entire article to you, but this is January the 9th. Remember, on New Year's night is when the Hatfields came across the river and set fire to Randall McCoy's house and killed 2 of his children and beat his wife and left her for dead. Now, you're probably going to hear this a couple of times because I want people to understand this. I said it was going to be a short video. It still will be short, but I do want to throw this out there because I hear so many videos and nobody ever tells why. Why did the Hatfields decide at that time that they had to go kill the McCoys, Randall McCoy and his family? Jim Vance had told the men and Devil Anse, if we can kill Randall McCoy and Calvin and the witnesses against us, we can go free, guys. They'll recall these warrants on us because they won't have no witnesses. So we've got to kill them. Now, why did it become so important that they had to kill them then? Well, we have a video that shows a warrant on the other side that we got from Stephen Hatfield. It was from Stephen Hatfield, which was the great-grandson of Devil Anse, and Stephen died. And then his wife sold it, and she died, and we bought it off the guy she sold it to.
From Willard.
Willard McCoy and Kathy.
And Kathy,
And we've got the warrant on the other side. And what happened here is Simon Buckner, the governor of Kentucky, signed a warrant. By then, everything had gone through the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said, hey, you can't just come to another state and pick up people in prisoner and take them back to your state. You have to do an extradition procedure. You have to get a governor's warrant. Simon Buckner signed a governor's warrant for Devil Anse Hatfield, and he sent it to the West Virginia governor. And he says, we want this man arrested and sent to Kentucky to face charges. What did Willis Wilson, the 7th governor of West Virginia, do? Well, he sent a messenger to Devil Anse Hatfield, because Devil Anse Hatfield was a political supporter of his. He sent a messenger to Devil Anse Hatfield, and he says, hey, Kentucky has signed an extradition warrant on you. They're wanting you to come to Kentucky, us extradite you to Kentucky to face charges. And that's why it became so crucial and so critical that the Hatfields and Jim Vance thought, hey, we've got to do something now. We've got to kill those McCoys, or we're going to end up being extradited to...
Before it goes any further.
To Kentucky, exactly. So they go over to West Virginia, and there was 13 of them to begin with. Of course, Devil Anse says he's changed his mind. He can't go. He's sick. Well, after he said he was sick, they get on their way there, and some of the other guys said, hey, since Devil Anse is sick, I think I'm coming down with something too. I'm going back home. They thought, well, if it's not important enough for Devil Anse to go, then it wasn't important enough for them. Anyway, there ended up being 9 men that went to Randall McCoy's house. Now, I'm going to read you this yellow part here of this story and let you see what happened. Even on, look at this reproduction. This is the old well, the original well that you will see. Here's Randall McCoy. Show a close-up of Randall McCoy at this well. Here's the picture of the old well. Now, it's brick now. They've got it stoned.
Stoned, yeah.
But here's what I was going to show you. I'm going to read you site of Randall McCoy's house. House was located on Blackberry Fork of Pond Creek. It burned January the 1st, 1888 during a Hatfield raid. 2 of Randolph's children, Alifair and Calvin, were killed in the attack. Their mother, Sally, was badly injured. Randolph and the other children escaped. Site is part of the Hatfield-McCoy Feud Historical District. Randall and his children escaped. That bottom picture is a modern day picture of it.
Well, it's stoned, yeah.
Now, Randall and his children escaped, which seems like they were running.
Right.
Here's the article that they got that right there from. This is 1888, and this is the story. Randall McCoy escaped from the burning house with his shotgun, and although a volley was discharged at him, he escaped unhurt and opened fire upon the attacking parties. Randall McCoy, there's 2 or 3 newspaper articles like this, but Randall McCoy ran out of the house, the front door, after they'd killed 2 more of his children. By the way, the corn crib, if you'll read some of the other articles, you'll see that the corn crib was off to the left and in front of the house. That's where Calvin, his son, when Calvin run out of the house, he was going to the corn crib so they could get the Hatfields in a crossfire. And when he started toward the corn crib, they shot him in the back of the head and killed him. But Randall McCoy, you'll hear a lot of stories where they say Randall McCoy was trying to run to the corn crib. No, that was Calvin, and he was killed in doing so. Now, at that fire, Tom Chambers was on top of the house and set fire to the roof. Randall McCoy took his shotgun and shot through the roof, blowing Tom Chambers' hand half off. But the fire was already set. When they were leaving and he come out with his double-barrel shotgun, he let loose of both barrels, and he hit Cap Hatfield in the shoulder, and Johnsey, a couple of buckshot went into the leg. Nothing that stopped them, but Cap did have to stop and get some medical attention from the doctor on his shoulder. So he shot 2 Hatfields and a Chambers that night with his shotgun. And we just thought that was interesting. I wanted to clear that up. And again, you can go to the Kentucky archives, newspaper archives, and you can find the articles for yourself. But all these people throughout the years and of course it's fair game, I guess, for Hatfields and McCoys. It seems like one of them's got to up the other one. I don't know why. Like I said, the story's interesting enough. We don't have to make up stories or badmouth the other. Tell what they did. I mean, there's some things that that Devil Anse did that I tell all the time. But Devil Anse was he was a mean man. But back then, you had to be mean. Seems like the West Virginia Hatfields want this guy to be a hero and up on a pedestal. But they want to act like he was the meanest, baddest fella ever was, and you can't have it both ways. Either you're mean and bad, or you're not. So I think that's what you think, Sheila.
No, it just doesn't make sense that a war hero like that, a person who survived all that, would run and hide and not stand and face what's coming at him.
No, and he wasn't. Or anybody knew Randall McCoy back then, and anybody that uses common sense, don't even worry about know anybody. Think about your worst enemy, and think about your setting fire to their house. You've done killed 2 of their children, and you're out beating the wife up that had run to her daughter. Now you got to understand, this happened boom, boom, boom.
Very quick.
Throughout the night, it took a while. When they first set fire, when they first surround the house and they're shooting back and forth, that's fine. But once Alifair went out that door to go get some milk or water out, they'd been pouring milk on the fire that they had in the house. And that's all the liquid they had. So she run out to the well, that's there on that property. This is just what it looked like back in the day. The modern day well is still there, and it's a good place to visit. We tell everybody to go to the real thing if you have the opportunity. But when she went to the well to get water, they shot Alifair. And when they shot Alifair, Calvin runs to the corn crib, towards the corn crib. And when he did that, they shot and killed him. Was Sarah, when she seen Alifair go down, she runs straight out after Alifair. They tackle her and start kicking her and beating her with guns. That's Randall's at the back of the house. He's shooting out the back at this time because Calvin was at the front door. He just on the spur of the moment hollered and said, "I'm going toward the corn crib." And his dad come toward the front. By then, Sarah had done run out the door. So when Randall gets there and sees what's going on, and he shoots his shotgun, that's when they all mounted up and they're riding off trying to get out of there. They knew then that they had messed up. And if you read all the statements from Cotton Top, from Gillespie, all these different people that was there, they'll tell you
he shot back and wounded some of them.
What he done. So thank you all. Please like and subscribe. And this is Sheila's channel, her videos, and she works so hard on this. And I hope you like it, and hope I don't bore you too much. But we love getting the word out there, what's been missed over the years.
That's right. All right. Thank you all.
Thank you.